Geraldine, I'm going to start with you. Tell me about the magic, in your own words, of this film.
Ooh, the magic of this film. Ooh, we got classic hijinks. We got romantic comedy, classic elements that we all know and love, that are just comfort food, make us feel at home. But we also are very modern, and it's kind of a fresh take on this this classic. So you got a great cast and a pre-COVID world of community and fun.
I want to know the story behind the story. Is this based on true events in your life? Tell me everything.
Yes. I mean, I started writing this movie over 10 years ago. That's how long most movies end up taking, unfortunately. I was in a very similar situation to Lucy in my own life. I had been broken up with my boyfriend in like a devastating long distance way, fired from my job. I was like a struggling writer in LA and trying to make it. And I was moving apartments. So no home, no job, no boyfriend, just to recap. And I was sort of sorting through the detritus of my relationship and my life and trying to figure out like what to keep and what to sort of, let go of. And what do you do with all these mementos that like you have from your exes? And I was like, my life is kind of the beginning of a romantic comedy. And that's where the seeds for this film kind of started.
What makes this the perfect date night movie?
I think what's really important is that this is a homage to pre-global pandemic, right? So I think what makes this a great date night movie is that it is quite literally the first and only date night movie that you can experience at the movies. And I think it will have that level of escapism that you spoke about at the start of the call, where people can go to the cinema and forget about, I've spent months in my house, or I've just been watching on my screen in my house. I'm sitting in a black room, collective experience, amazing sound and effects, the smell of popcorn and the shitty carpet. It's like, that's the dream, right? So I'm so excited for that because I'm such a cine buff.
Amazing cast, by the way. I mean, just your cast is great. The music's great. But when you pitched everybody, what was the quick summary that you told them?
What I tend to say, and I wrote the script on spec. So actually what I had done back then was actually just write it and hope that anyone cared about it. And luckily they did. But the way that I tend to describe it is like, that box under your bed filled with like memorabilia from your exes. What if you kind of had a problem and you were more of like a hoarder stalker and it was all over your room? And that's kind of where Lucy begins our tale. So that's sort of how I tend to describe it. Like we all have this stuff. Lucy just has maybe a little bit too much, maybe more.
Have you ever kept anything from like a movie project or like a set?
Oh, all the time. I think I've kept something from every set. On this one, I kept... there's a boxing robe in Nick's hotel room when I'm like, is this hipster Narnia? That boxing robe that says champion on the back. I took that home with me and wear it and do my makeup and remember the good times.
We'll keep it our secret. Nobody will know. Dacre, what about you, man? Have you ever taken anything just as a memento?
Always, like all of my 3 projects that I've been lucky enough to work on. For Nick, I took a leather bracelet though that he wears the whole or the majority of the film, and that's at my parents' house back home in Perth.
All right, I know Selena Gomez is one of the executive producers of the film. How did it get her attention?
Well, it's not a secret. I'm not speaking out of school. It's not a secret that Selena has had her own bad breakups. And I've discovered later has held on to a few mementos of her own. Actually, she somehow, she's been such an incredible producer for a few years now, 13 Reasons Why on Netflix and a handful of other things. And I think she's wanted to pursue producing, and she's so adept at choosing projects, if I do say so myself. And this one kind of came across her desk and she got really excited about it, responded to the idea and to the humor and the concept immediately. And we sat down and just had a really great creative conversation. And I kind of walked her through. I had made this extensive lookbook of what I thought the film should be and what it should look like and feel like. And we had this like amazing 3-hour meeting where we sort of poured over it and talked about the characters and also shared our own trials and romantic tribulations. And it was just a natural fit. And she's been a pleasure to work with and such an incredible support to the film. So
to me, the magic is the healing, relationships of the past. Because it makes you watch this film like, wow, maybe I wasn't that bad as, what's going on.
Yeah.
So there you go. I'm not going to make you sing it. I just want to know, do you remember the words to Don't Go Breaking My Heart?
Cool.
I blacked out. I blacked out. I was so nervous.
Final question for you before they kick me out. Bernadette Peters, how did you get her? How awesome was it to have her in the film?
I mean, I'm going to tell you, I have never been more nervous than my first day directing Bernadette Peters in my entire life. We sent her the script, and as a fellow red curly haired, she's an icon. I mean, I think we can all agree. Everyone on set was completely gaga for her. And we sent her the script and she signed on immediately and was so game and delivers her lines. She's so funny. And we were all over the moon to have her. So it was a great time. Bernadette, long live Bernadette forever.